Have you ever felt the need to wear an outfit that's trending online but you don't have the guts to go to a fast fashion store? Have you ever felt the need to go thrifting but your local thrift store sucks and you can't find anything cute for this summer? Well, I have the solution for you. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I believe this is my first ever YouTube video, or I think it's the first ever video that I finished to edit and actually post. So since this is the first time you see my face, hi, I'm Josephine. I love to sew and to design, but also I love to vlog every single part of my life, so stay tuned because this is going to be a very interesting adventure. So on this note, let's start the video. So here's the deal. I'm going to Italy in less than 10 days, and as well as having no more money left in my bank account, I have no cute summer clothes to go. But what I do have is a sewing machine and enough delusion to think that I can do a whole new Pinterest-inspired closet in just 2 weeks. So please join me as I bring to life my Pinterest board. If you have been like me chronically online on Pinterest for the last couple of years, you could have not have missed this white skirt, and that's what we're gonna do today. So how this skirt works is actually pretty easy. It's basically 3 big rectangles. The length of each rectangle depends from your height and your waist. For reference, my waist is around 74 centimeters, which is 29 inches, and I'm around 160 centimeters, which is, I think, 5'2", but I'm not sure, I'm not American. You can directly copy these measurements or use your waist size. If you want to use your waist size, then you just have to multiply your dimensions by 1.5 for each rectangle. To construct the skirt, you will stitch a line at the top of each rectangle, then pull on one string to create this scrunching effect. Then sew each rectangle to the top one. Hem the edges and add an elastic and you are done! And here you can see me adjusting the 2 rectangles together with the scrunch and still pulling on the thread to make it shorter, and then to pin it and sew it together. Oh, and don't forget to cut each rectangle twice, because one is for the front and one is for the back. So you'll have to cut 6 rectangles at the end. So after around 23 million hours of adjusting and sewing, this is what you should get. And this is my first realizing that the top is a bit see-through and that I should probably add an extra layer. So then I sewed the last rectangles together, adjusted it to my height, and decided to add an elastic at the top. And that is how you do a skirt.
And please stay at the end, the grand reveal is at the end.
You know the skirt I made early in the video? Well, my friend loved it so much. The same friend that goes with me to Italy, by the way. And she was like, can you make me the same one so we're gonna have matching, skirts? And I was like, well, the fabric doesn't exist anymore. They don't have it. So we chose this fabric together and I'm gonna make this for her. So we're gonna have a matching skirt. And it was only €750. So that's good. Why? Because it's very big. And why is it good? Because I can use it for my own. Okay, anyways, this is the fabric. This is what we're dealing with. It is gorgeous, it is big, and also very see-through. So if you have the same problem as me, you can just double the top rectangle. There's a problem with this fabric is, as you can see, these lines. So I really like having horizontal lines for the skirt. Right. But the problem is that I have to basically use the whole fabric and cut them in like... So this is me struggling for like an hour, thinking I don't have enough fabric, when I just completely forgot that I already fold the fabric in half. So I actually had plenty of fabric, but I swear to God, it took me like 2 hours to realize that. So the problem is, there's no problem. The problem is literally my common sense. I'm so sorry. I spent like 2 hours wasting my time. Anyways, for my 2 friends, I ended up sewing a white skirt and a black skirt, charging around €30 each. So with the money I made, I got my nails done, and I wanted to share this experience with you, but turns out the noise-cancelling headphones worked a bit too well. Because I didn't even hear how loud the bells were. So this is what I think I said. You know what is hilarious? I wanted to make a fun video about my nails, but with the weather and all, it's not the same vibe anymore. I fucked up. I went to the fabric store. Why this face, you ask? Well, I wasn't joking when I said I had no more money left on my bank account. I just had enough money to actually go to Italy and to afford the rest of the month. So this fabric was basically the price of groceries for the week. But who cares about having a pretty skirt when you don't have nice tops to go with them? To be honest, I was never the girl who had cute tops. Only like t-shirt that I had since the 7th grade. Anyways, indeed, let's go back to the video. So with this black fabric that I bought for 12 bucks, I thought it was very profitable because I can do a lot of things with it. And I started by doing, you already know what I'm doing, a backless black top. If you are on Pinterest, you know what I mean. As you can see, I used another top of mine to create a reference, and I strongly recommend to do the same. So we all know that a stretchy fabric is very forgiving. So for the length of the back, I recommend to cut it a centimeter shorter so it will fit your body better. For the sleeves, I cut out this sort of shape. The top and the bottom have to collide to the front piece. For the sewing part, it is very easy. First, clean the edges. Don't do the same mistake as me, and don't clean the bottom because it won't be as stretchy when you put it on. Then sew the sleeves and the side to the side together, and voila! This is also a great beginner's project because the stretchy fabric is very forgiving, as I said. And guess what? People at my internship loved it so much that I got 2 shirts commissioned and I charged both of them 15 euros. And this is how I paid back the cost of the fabric. We are now the 31st of June, which means I still have 5 days to complete my closet. And the 31st of June is not a random date in France, it is the day of the music, which means that for the entire day and the entire night, music will be played outside. And basically the whole city at night becomes a nightclub, so I obviously stopped my project to go out. And this is how I ended the night on top of the cathedral in my city watching some priests singing rock songs. So I'm editing right now and I just made a mistake. I basically retouched the audio and I deleted one audio passage, so now it just sounds very weird. Listen to this. And this is how I ended the night on top of the priest singing rock songs. Hello, it is currently Saturday and I am leaving on Thursday, so I have 5 days. 5 days to finish making a summer outfit. So I saw this top that I really liked and I tried to pattern it, but it was quite hard. But I finally found a solution. So this weird shape is what I came out with. If you see the vision, what I want to do is like a top, you know, where this goes behind the neck and this is the top. So it does this kind of like nice looking. Anyways, you'll get it. I'm just gonna cut it in the big black fabric and see how that turns out. But before that, let's have a bit of moment of appreciation for my Canada slippers. So after a high neckline, let's do a low one. I wanted to do these tops where the neckline is loose, but I first had to figure out how the pattern looks. And as I did, I still used old tops as references. Once you have this shape cut off, you just have to sew the 2 loose parts together. For the back, I decided to go with a bow, so I just decided to attach 2 long rectangles. Oh, and I also decided to clean the edges around the neckline. I just died almost 3 times there, just to get a 4 euro to good to go. Okay, so I almost died coming here, but he gave me 2 boxes instead of 1. I paid 3 euros for all this, 4, I don't remember. What the fuck? He was so nice. He was like, you know what? Take 2. Okay, now the plan is to try to find a bus to go home, because what the fuck? Leaving in 3 days, so let's make more tops. Remember this white fabric? Well, I still got some few left, so I decided to make a top. So I cut 7 rectangles for the front and 5 for the back, to have a sort of backless effect. I also decided to put on an extra layer on the chest area to cover up. This took some time, but at the end of the day, I'm so happy about how it turned out. My only regret? This fabric was kinda itchy, but it looks so cute, so I'm willing to ignore that. So for this next piece, I wanted to do a sort of blouse, but since I left the next day, I decided to not put myself in so much stress. I know, very grown up of me, so I decided to go for something easy like this. So as you can see, I patterned this shirt on myself. But if you aren't sure about how to do that, I recommend to use a bra as a reference. So once I had this weird little shape, I cleaned it and cut it out in the right fabric. I also added a sort of dart at the bottom so I could add a scrunching effect. Once the 4 shape were cut off, I made some kind of spaghetti straps and sewed everything together like a sandwich. Okay, so now that the top is done, I'm thinking about how I could do the bottom. So I could do like something like this, you know, with like a little fringe, or I don't know, we could like multiple pieces. The back, it can be like with a knot, or I don't know, I'm still figuring that out. So for the back, I did a pretty easy pattern. It's basically 2 rectangles. On the top rectangle, I added this sort of elastic thing so that I could put the shirt on without having to put a zipper. As always, pretty face to pretty face, so sew the sides to the sides together, turn it, and then adjust it to your waist. And just like this, we are done with sewing. While I was packing my bag, I actually found this dress I made last year, and I decided to bring it with. So with all this in my big backpack, I was ready to go. And what a better way than show you guys the outfit reveal in Italy itself.